Good morning everyone, Tiffany Quinn here, and this is our beginner-friendly arms and abs workout where I'll be helping you tone and strengthen into your upper body with simple dumbbell exercises that you can do at home. For equipment today, if you are a beginner, I'd suggest going with 2 to 3 pound sets of dumbbells or 2 filled water bottles as substitute, and if you're an intermediate to advanced exerciser, then you can of course go with your usual upper body dumbbells for today. Now smash that thumbs up button for me, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and don't forget that you do have a free January fitness guide in the links below in the video description. This calendar will give you 5 workouts a week, a brand new one every Wednesday, help you get the ball rolling and keep it moving to progress and level up in your fitness journey. All right everyone, let's do this. Good morning everyone and welcome to our abs and arms combo for today. Now as far as the format goes, I've broken our workout down into 6 different sections for which we've got 5 minutes each, 45-second exercises, and 15 seconds rest between. This is essentially no repeat with the exception of going from one side to the other, so I do think it's going to go by fairly quickly. We're starting off with the shoulders, so I want one of your lighter weights in hand. The palm is facing in at the thigh. We're going to lift up across the body to the opposite side shoulder with the palm facing down and lower it back down. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's get that weight in hand. I'm going to get our timer started. Going in 3, going in 2, going in 1. So feet are hip width distance apart. The shoulders are back and down. We lift, 2, lower, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Only coming up to shoulder level across the body and down. Now as you come across, just give it a slight squeeze across that bra line. We're working into the front anterior delt, that's your front shoulder area, as well as the chest muscle right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Shoulders away from those ears. We don't want a Frankenstein, bring it back down. 1, 2, 3, 4, another 3, and lower, great job, another 2, and lower, last one, and lower. You get that 15-second rest as we switch over to the other side. So same exercise. Now today we are starting off with the chest and the shoulders, then we've got a back section, then we've got a break from those weights on the floor for core. That marks the halfway point of our workout. Going again in 2, in 1. It's lift, 2, lower, 2. Across the body. Give it that squeeze for me. So as I was saying, as we get halfway through the workout, we're going to hit biceps, then we've got triceps, and then finishing off with those abs. 1, 2, 3, 4. Slight bend in the elbow. Let's not lock out the joints. And know that you're going to get through this whole thing with me. I think the first 5 minutes is actually most challenging. Of course, working to the shoulders is never easy. So this should be waking your arms up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Another 4. And lower. Another 3. Shoulder level and lower. Last 2. One more for me. Across, lower down. We're going to switch back over to that other side. This time bringing the palm in at the shoulder. We press up towards the ceiling, lower, punch to the front, palm down and in. You've got this. Going in 3, in 2, in 1. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. Now of course if you're going a little bit heavier, you're going to take this one a little bit slower. But of course if you're my beginners, I would like you to be with those 2 to 3 pound weights or 2 filled water bottles, just focusing on the form, the mind to muscle connection here, working into the shoulders and the front chest area. 1, 2, 3, 4. Advanced, intermediate, you should be going just a smidge heavier today. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's speed it up a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. For 5. For 4. To the front. For 3. To the front. Last 2, one more, press to the front and lower that weight down. Okay, almost through this first section. Once again, going over to that other side. Weight comes to shoulder, palm is facing in, up, lower, front and back. Going in 4, in 3, in 2, in 1. Start slow. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's get the motion right and then we'll speed it up. Up, lower to the front and back. 1, 2, 3, 4. The rib cage is down. The chest is lifted. We're squeezing our belly buttons in towards the spine. Slight bend in those knees, facing straight ahead. Give me a smile. You're here to do the work. No one else is going to do it for you, right? Lift, lower to the front and back. 1, 2, 3, 4. We speed it up. 2, 3, 4. For 5 and front. For 4 to the front. For 3. For 2, come on, you got this. Last 1, 2, 3, 4. Finish off that timer for me and bring it down. Incredible. So from here, I'd like you to grab a hold of your other weight. We're starting off with the palms at the sides, right at thigh level. We're going to lift towards the center with the palms down. As we come down, those palms come back inward. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Slowing things back down again. Making sure we're not Frankensteining. So if your shoulders are doing this, draw them down, away from the ears. 1, 2, 3, 4. Coming straight out in front. No higher than shoulder level. Slight bend in those elbows for me. The back staying straight. If you need to put the weights down at any moment, you can. Let's just still bring those arms up. Keep the movement going. Keep the blood flowing. The energy coming to you. Let's go. Up, 2, lower, 2. Another 5, 4, 3, 2. On 1, slowly lower for 3, 2, 1, and lower it down. All right, you can put one of those weights over to the side once again. We're going to be starting with the left side. As we do, we hinge forward with the upper body. Slight bend in those knees. The palm is facing in. It's out towards the side and lower. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're now into our second section of the workout. This is for back. So you're squeezing the shoulder blade in towards your midline. Thinking about working that back muscle. Hinging forward a little bit more if you can. And coming up to shoulder level. Once again, if you want to do this without the weight, just to practice, that's absolutely fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, but do not give up. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can assure you the first few weeks that you get started are definitely the most challenging. As you get into that routine, you're learning new moves. You're learning how to recruit different muscles. It does get easier. 1, 2, 3, 4. Last time. And lower. Okay, switching over to that other side. How did that feel? You should have felt it right along the back delt as well as your back muscles. So we're hinging forward with the upper body, planting all of your weight into the heels, going in 2, in 1. Roll the shoulder away from the ears. Up, 2, lower, 2. Facing straight down at your mat. The head is not lifted. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep it slow. Keep it controlled. Advanced, intermediate. You should be with those slightly heavier weights today, making sure the weight is not dipping you down. So if you're doing this, let's lighten the load. Up, 2, lower, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Incredible. Stay focused. Stay strong. Think about the mind to muscle connection. It's going to make all the difference in those changes. Up, 2, lower, 2. Another 3. Breathe through it. Another 2. Last 1. And lower it down. So as you do those, you're making sure that your upper body's not rocking, as with any other arm exercise we're doing. The only thing we're working is those arms. Let's grab a hold of both of our weights now. And intermediate advance, you can go heavier. Starting with our rows, the elbow comes in towards the waist and lowers down, alternating. Left, in, lower, and right, in, lower. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Both palms are in, facing down to the mat, hinging forward a little bit more, and squeezing the elbow in towards the waist, trying not to come higher than where your back line is. So for me, this is actually a little bit too light for me right here. So I may come a little bit above it. When you are training for strength, my intermediate, my advanced crowd, it should be heavy enough that you really struggle to bring it past that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Last 2. Last 1. Bring it on up for me. We're going back into that position. I promise this is going to go by quick. We've only got 2 more exercises in that position. This time our palms will be facing in towards the thighs. We come out on a horizontal, the elbow coming out away from you. Let's go. To the left, lift, lower. To the right, lift, lower. Squeezing the back muscle. Working into the back shoulder, working into the lats. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's speed it up. 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Incredible. 25 seconds left to go. After this, we've got 1 more for back, and then we're on the mat for a bit. 1, 2, 3, 4. In 2, in 1. Let's take it on both sides for 5, 4. Squeeze. 3, 2, 2. Last time, lower, have that moment. You've got 15 seconds. Final variation for this exercise. The palms are facing away from you. We hinge forward, pulling those elbows in towards the waist. Going in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hinge it forward, squeeze in, and lower. Both arms this time. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Slow it down. Control that motion. Keeping the weights close to the body as you bring them down. Giving it a squeeze. Slight pause at the top. 1, 2, squeeze and lower. 1, 2, squeeze and lower. 20 seconds. You're gonna make it through. Remember that no one else is gonna do this work for you. If you showed up, you've gotta put that time in. Even on the days you don't really feel like it, right? Another 3. And 2. Final row. Lower those weights down, stand up. We are actually coming to the mat now for our abs section. Our abs section, which marks the halfway point of our workout as we finish it. So we're coming into a down dog, so I want you into a plank position. Beginners, you're gonna hold this plank right here for me, coming down as needed every few seconds, and then coming back up, squeezing those ab muscles tight, meaning you're pulling the belly button in towards the spine. Intermediate, advanced, we're gonna lift the hips up, opposite hand, the opposite toe, and lower. 1, 2, 3, 4. Left hand, right foot and down. Right hand, left foot and down. Following your eye line, and if you need to modify, you can always tap that knee. Keeping the upper body stable, both hips are facing down towards the mat. Another 5, and 4, breathing throughout. 3, last 2, final rep, and come down to those knees. So stay exactly where you are right here. I want the hands in a straight line below the shoulders, moving the shoulders away from the ears. Squeeze the belly button in tight. We're going to lift the left arm, shoot the right leg back. And if you can, we're gonna lift that up and hold for 3, for 2, for 1, lower it down, changing sides. This time, right arm up, left leg taps back. If you can, lift and hold for 3, for 2, for 1. We're gonna go for 5 seconds this time. Left arm up, right leg back. Now lift for 4, 3, 2, 1. Amazing. Lower it down. The right arm up. The left leg shoots back. Lift and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2. On 1. Lower it down. Final hold on the left. Let's try to lift both up at the same time. For 2, for 1. Switch sides for 2, for 1, and lower it down. Okay, how did that feel? I know it moved a little bit quickly, but I think you were probably able to manage that one. Now from here, we're gonna come down to the mat. The feet are staying flat on the mat. The hands come up. Let's form a point with those index fingers. We're gonna reach through the legs and lower, tap the ankles and lower. Great job. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Squeeze the abs, lower. Try to tap the ankles, lower. If you need to, you can only come up to the knees. That's fine, just tap there and lower. Your goal right now is to try your best to bring your shoulders up off the mat. The entire time, engaging those abs, breathing out as you come up, breathing in on the way down. Breath out, breath in. Breath out through the mouth, breath in through the nose. Last time to the center, last tap to the side, and lower it on down. Okay, from here I'd like you to take both of your arms out toward the side with the palms facing up. We're gonna take the left leg, we bring the knee in line with the hip, extend to 45, bring it in, and tap down. 1, 2, 3, 4, great job. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now as we do this, we're trying to keep our backs flat against the mat, no gap between you and the mat. And if you can bring your leg a little bit lower as you extend out, that's wonderful. It's gonna work your abs a little bit more, but at no point do I want the back lifting. Squeeze that belly button in. 15 more seconds. Keep going for me. Another 4, and tap. Another 3, and tap. Last 2, and tap. On 1, if you'd like for that rest, you can hold that leg at 45, and then we're going over to the other side. Squeezing those abs, contract. Going in 5, 4, the palms are up. In 2, bring that leg in and down. In 1, right leg in, extend, bring it in, and lower. Not coming any further than where the hip is, okay? The further you bring your knee in, the less you're gonna be working into your abs. I'd like you to really focus on that as well. 1, 2, 3, tap. Bring it up, extend, bring it in, and tap. Woo! Actually, I do feel this today feels pretty nice. So after this, we'll be coming into kneeling, going into our tricep section. This does mark the halfway point of our workout. If you've made it this far, you might as well go with the rest of it, right? What's 15 more minutes? 1, 2, 3, 4. I'd like you to bring it up, extend, and hold for 5 if you held that other position. 3, 2, 1. Lower it down. We've got to keep things even, right? So coming up to kneeling or standing for me, we're taking one of those lighter weights behind the head, the elbows facing forward. It's out, 2, lower, 2. Up, 2, lower, 2. Keeping the shoulder away from the ear and lowering that weight down a little bit below neck level. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm tucking my hips forward. I'm squeezing my glutes, trying to keep the back straight as well. The neck is straight. It is in line with the spine. Up, 2, lower, 2. Another 6. And 5. Breathe through it. 4. And 3. You've got this. Stay strong. Last 2. Burn the timer out. Bring it down. Bring it up and lower. Over to that other side, same exercise. So you're holding that weight horizontally in the hand, the elbows tucked forward, shoulders away from the ears, back stays straight, squeeze those abs in. They should be activated after our last section. Up, 2, lower, 2. So the reason I'm having us do this single arm rather than with both vertically up and down is it's gonna help work in the same path as the way the triceps prefers to contract. So as we come up towards the center, so when we're doing one of these, we're actually working against that path of resistance. This is gonna help you bring it outward a little bit, meaning we're working the triceps a little bit better. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Try to rotate that elbow forward. Another 5. And 4. You're doing amazing. And 3. Last 2. Finish it off. Lower, bring it up and in and down. Sticking with this single weight, we're gonna hold it horizontally in both hands. We're gonna lift up towards the front as we twist behind the head to the front and lower. 1, 2 to the right and down. 1, 2 to the left and down. Keeping the weight close to the back of the head as you bring it around. If you need to slow this down, that's fine. Take your time with it. You can even go without the weight here and lower. Circle back and lower. Still thinking about that mind-muscle connection. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. To the left and down. To the right and down. Last time to the left. Last time to the right. Now come to the front. Hold. We twist like we're driving a car for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower that weight down. Okay, from here, my intermediate advanced, you can go with that heavier weight. We're gonna come into a single leg kneel, so that right leg comes forward, the weight in the left side hand. It's a single bicep curl, up and press out. So it's 1, 2, squeeze and press. 1, 2, squeeze and press. Bringing the arm up at a 30-degree angle here. So rather than having the elbow straight out like so, we're gonna move that inward just a little and press. 1, 2, squeeze and press with the palm facing out. Biceps to Arnold curl, everybody. 1, 2, 3, 4. You should be feeling that burn in the biceps as well as the shoulders here. Honestly, by now, it should be your entire upper body. Another 3, Another 2. Last one. We're really getting extra out of that timer today. And lower it down. So switching over to the other side. We've only got 2 more circuits after this exercise. I want you to bring that leg forward. Bring that weight up. Remember to give it a squeeze as you hit that top motion. In 2, in 1. It's up, squeeze, out, and lower. Again, at that 30 degrees instead of out towards the side. So something I did do for a very long time is I had my elbow directly away from the shoulder. It's actually going to be more helpful if we have it at that angle. As you start to increase your weight, it's going to take some of that tension off of the rotator cuff, which we do want to protect, okay? Really helps with strength training in the long run. It's much easier to learn the right way than it is to unlearn the wrong way. I can tell you from experience. Lift and lower. Squeeze, press, in and down. Another 3. And 2, keep breathing. Last 1, 2, 3, and down. All right, from here we can come up to standing. I'm gonna stick with my heavier weight. Beginners, you can stick with the weight you've been using throughout. No matter what, you're still getting those reps in. So we're doing a cross-body hammer curl. The palm starts facing in, we lift up, and we bring the palm down in towards the shoulder. So rather than away from the body this time, the elbow stays tucked in towards the waist. 1, 2, tap and lower. 1, 2, tap and lower. Squeezing that bicep at the top. Incredible. You guys are doing amazing. If you've made it this far, you are right at the end. We've got 5 more minutes with those weights, and then we call it a day. Towards the shoulder and down. Up, 2, squeeze, and slowly lower. So you don't want to allow the weight to just drop. I don't want to see that. Squeeze, controlled. Squeeze, controlled. Another 2. Last one. Lower it down. Have a moment. We are going over to that other side. Same exact exercise. I'm going to grab some water. We've got 10 seconds. That 15-second timer goes quick. Going in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What just happened to my voice there? Just cracked. It is, granted, I'll give myself some credit here. It's 5 in the morning. Up, across, squeeze, and lower. Up, across, squeeze, and lower. Shoulder is away from the ear. You want to roll that back and down. None of this, okay? We want to look confident. We don't want to shrug like we're hiding. Bring it down and lower. 1, 2, squeeze and down. Elbows staying tucked in towards the waist. If you feel it flying away, lighten the load or go without that weight. Get the motion right first. Quality before the load of the weight. 1, 2, squeeze and lower. Another 3. Another 2. Last 1. And slowly bring it down. Grabbing hold of both of those weights for me. We're going into a hammer curl with a pulse. So that, again, the elbows come tucked in. The palms are facing in towards the thigh. We're going to come all the way up. Lower, pulse, all the way lower. Let's go. Shoulders away from the ears. 1, 2, squeeze and down and pulse and lower. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, pulse, lower. Amazing. Give it that pulse between. I want you at that 90-degree angle, pulsing, thinking about working the biceps and feeling that burn there. Get the mind to muscle connection. 1, 2, squeeze, lower, pulse, and down. 1, 2, squeeze, lower, pulse, and down. Amazing. Just 10 more seconds here. In 2, in 1, come to 90. We're gonna hold right here. Isometric holds for 5, 4, stay strong for 3, 2, and 1. All right, sticking with those hammer curls, should be feeling a little bit of a pump right here. If you want to wake your arms up, just give it a little slap, get some oxygen and blood flow there. Going in 5, we're gonna come up, press with the palms facing in, down and lower, let's go. 1, 2, 3 to 90. 1, 2, 3 to 90. Working the shoulders, working the triceps, working the biceps. Whole biceps, triceps section. Personally, my favorite for arms to work is the shoulders and the biceps. 1, 2, 3, 4. I feel like you really do feel the burn there pretty quickly. They are some pretty large muscles for our upper body. And actually the shoulders are the largest muscle in our upper body. 1, 2, 3, 4. Would have thought the back, right? Keep going. Another 3. Elbows tight. and 2. Still tight. Last 1, 2, 3, 4, and lower it down. Okay. Incredible. You guys are doing amazing. So we're going back to our bicep curls once again. This time the palms are facing away from you. We're going to come up to the shoulders. We press out at that 30-degree angle. So again, not a straight line. We're going to tilt it inward just a little bit. 1, 2, press, lower. Just like we did in kneeling. Just like we did in kneeling. This time standing with both weights. Final weighted exercise. Then it's into our final 5 minutes of abs. And then I let you be free. 1, 2, press, lower. You've got this. You against you. Do not give up for that final weighted exercise. As you come up, by the way, not locking out the elbows. I don't want to see you outstretched here. A little bit of a bend in those elbows as you come up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Last 4. And press. Last 3. And press. 2 more. Let's go 2 seconds past the timer. Last 1, 2, 3, and down to the mat for me. All right, we've got single side bicycle crunches. The weights can go over to the side. We're coming onto our backs. From here, the feet are flat. We're gonna bring the hands behind the head, lift the left leg into tabletop, squeeze across, lower, extend to 45. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you want, you can also have your left hand out to the side for support. Extending that leg to 45, keeping the back flat against the mat as you come down. The lower you bring the leg, the harder it's going to be. Trying to lift your shoulder up away from the mat. 1, 2, 3, 4. Squeezing and contracting the side ab muscle. You should be trying to squeeze that as best you can. Breathing out as you come up. Breathing in on the way down. Another 2. Last extension. Bring it in and lower that leg. Okay, we're going over to that other side, same thing. So if you'd like, the right arm out towards the side, the left hand behind the head. We're lifting that right leg up. We're going to cross and extend. Going in 3, 2, 1. It's 1, 2, 3, and out. 1, 2, 3, and out. Beginners, try to keep that knee in line with the opposite knee. If you want to work the abs a little harder, you bring the leg a little bit lower. However, keep in mind if your back is lifting, you're no longer working the abs, you're then working your lower back, and that's not going to help us progress, right? So stay where you need to be. You're exactly where you need to be right now. Squeeze, extend. Squeeze, extend. Another 5. And 4. Breathing out as you come across. And 3. And 2, squeeze those abs. Last 1, and lower that leg slowly to the mat. We're gonna do a variation of what we did before. So again, we're gonna bring those hands, form a point with the index fingers and interlace the opposite fingers. We're gonna try to lift up both legs into a tabletop position. Again, squeezing that belly button in. We reach between the legs, lower. We reach to the ankles and lower. Breath out, breath in. Breath out, and in. Reach between and lower. Reach to the sides and lower. Trying your best to lift the shoulders up off the mat. Again, if you need to, stick with the version we did earlier with the feet on the floor. Between and down. And ankles and down. You're doing incredible. Do not give up at this point. You only have 2 more exercises. Finish the workout. Start building that dedication early. It does make a difference. The more you're consistent, the easier it is to stay consistent. Another 3, 2, last reach between, lower it down, have a little rock of the knees. We've got our final 2 exercises. So from here, we're gonna stay in that tabletop position. The hands, once again, will come out towards the side or behind the head, whichever is more comfortable. The left leg straightens, the right leg straightens out away from you. So it's left leg to the ceiling, right leg away. 1, 2, 3, 4. Beginners, you're right here, keeping the knees in line with each other. My intermediate, advanced, you lower that leg all the way down. Left leg to the ceiling, right leg to the wall, and back to tabletop position. 1, 2, 3, 4. Squeeze your abs. Now try to lift the head up a little bit higher without pressing against it with those hands. This is simply here for support. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now let's hold and extend for 4, 3, 2, beginners right here, 1, and bring it in. Give yourself a little rock to the knees. We're going over to that other side. This time the right leg towards the ceiling, the left leg shoots to the wall. Going in 5, squeeze the abs in, 4, 3, 2, 1. Left leg towards the ceiling, right leg to the wall, and bring it back into neutral. Again, knees staying in line with the hips. You're doing absolutely incredible. This is your final exercise. If you did that other side, you need to do this side because you don't want to walk away uneven, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Beginners, you're right here, knee in line with the knee and back in. Just a small scissor motion, like you're forming a tiny V in the air with your legs. And in. Another 3, and 2. Last one, we hold for the final 5, 4, straighten out, 3, 2, and 1, bring it in, and roll yourself up to seated. Incredible job, everyone. Let's just give ourselves a little bit of a stretch. We're gonna take that left arm over, grab a hold of that elbow, and just give it a slight pull here, and shake it out over to that other side. Slight pull there. Lower down, we're gonna just shake those arms across, little crisscrosses of the arms for me. Now come into a tabletop position. We're gonna take the left arm and shoot it underneath the right. Relax the head down, feel the stretch in the back and the shoulder area. And breathe for 3, for 2, for 1, going over to the other side. Right arm shoots under the left arm. And lower down. For 3, for 2, for 1, and lift it up. There is more of a cool down below if you did need it. I think it's about time we come out with a new cool down though, right? It's been a while. I mean, there really is only so much time. So I try to film, I do film. I've been doing this for 3 years, filming at least one 30-minute workout for every single week on Wednesday. So it's hard to squeeze that cool down in there, but we should do a new one soon. I think we're overdue. All right, everyone. I hope you enjoyed your workout today and have a great day. I'm gonna go wake myself up a little bit more. It is pretty early right now and I've gotta go feed our new guinea pigs. All right, guys, thanks for joining me for today's workout, everyone. Now, before you head out, leave a comment for me below. Let me know which exercises you found to be the easiest and, of course, which ones were the most challenging. That way, as you revisit this workout in the future, you can look back at that comment and see where you've leveled up from. Smash the thumbs up button for me. It does help me reach new people. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And please do take advantage of the free January calendar that I've given you in the links below. This program will give you 5 workouts a week, a brand new one every Wednesday, and, of course, help you progress in your fitness journey. Now, next week, we have a bodyweight only lower body workout, so turn those notifications on before you go, and I'll see you there.